Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. So yeah, yesterday, if you were available or if you were here for the bonus stream yesterday, that I was working on a swarm enchant, which would cause things to so basically the way the swarm enchant works is that when a swarm card gets triggered, it will trigger all of the other swarm cards on the board. And that enchant was kind of in progress at the end of yesterday's evening stream. But I've got that finished. I worked on that this morning. That's all working now. And there are some technical improvements that I want to make related to the enchantment system, particularly enchant and swarm. So we're going to do that first, and then I'll be implementing the lamb. So the lamb art is done. There's the lamb. Did this last night as well. So the lamb art is done. Now we just got to give it a set of abilities so that it can actually do stuff in the game. And yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. But before I get into it, of course, I have to go through my ads. Gunforged is available for sale. It's a great way to support me. It's a 2D roguelite shooter. So if you like these kinds of games, check it out, purchase it. I'd appreciate that. Also, I have my Udemy courses available for sale. This one is the online cooperative multiplayer course. Look at that, highest rated. So if you've been itching to get into some Godot multiplayer but don't know where to start, I think this is a great course for you. And if you're not interested in multiplayer, I also have a bunch of other courses, one of which is C# as well. So definitely check that out if you're interested. Again, this is a great way to support me. And if you don't want to financially support for whatever reason, that's totally fine. I would appreciate likes on the video, hit the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. All right. So let's say hello to everybody first. Hello, Julio. Let's go, baby. Good morning. Yes, let's go indeed. Good morning to you as well. Good morning, Emerson. Welcome back. Did you see that they'll make the minimal theme the default for version 4.6? Yeah, I'm confused about that. Are they going to make it the default theme, or are they going to include it as a theme option, right? Because in here, I don't remember where the theme setting is actually. Oh, maybe there aren't theme settings. Maybe I'm hallucinating. Maybe I'm an LLM. But yeah, I don't know. I'm confused if they're going to make it like the default or if they're going to package it as an option that ships with the engine. Do you know what I mean? Hello, Andrew. Welcome back. It's time for Game Dev once again. Yes, indeed. Welcome. Jack 8 Daytona. Hello, Meep. Yeet, welcome. Woo, yes, welcome. Can you catch me up on what you've been doing? I missed a couple of streams. You're asking me to remember things from a couple days ago, which I have the inability to do. So let's see. What have we been doing? Well, the overarching goal is we're trying to march toward a playtest build. So by Saturday, I want to have the game basically ready for publishing. Not ready for publishing, but have a build so that I can get it ready for publishing the week after. So we've been just doing stuff. I've been adding sound effects off stream. I've been just fixing a bunch of bugs, adding some extra content to just buff up the content a little bit. Playing with the balancing to make sure the balancing feels good. I added some quality of life features like the card shuffling around when you go into your board. Yeah, I think that's basically it. Then he said, nope, I'm afraid not. Okay, welcome back, Adam. Praise be the lamb. Welcome, Monkey Software. Watched your last stream, and I know this has been mentioned, but the lamb looks a little bit like a dog to me. On first glance, I believe it's the shape of the snout. Yeah, I'm gonna maybe work on that a little bit, because I tend to agree. Be careful, that lamb might start a cult. Good reference. As far as I know, the default will be minimal, but will be possible to use the current one as a setting. Gotcha. That's going to be fun. I can't wait to see all the people who complain, what happened to the Godot interface? I liked the old one better. You know that's going to happen. But yeah, I do think that the minimal theme is just better in basically every respect. Okay. Oh, so yeah. Yeet, if you haven't seen the card shuffling around, I basically implemented this system where if you try to place a card in an occupied slot, the cards around it will move to make room, which just makes things like interacting with the inventory a lot better. So if you're dragging a card from this, from like an upgrade or an alchemy, and you don't have room, you don't need to first like make room and then put your card there. You can just drag your card wherever you want and it makes room for you. So that is one of the big things. That system works really well, actually. I like it. Anyway. Just an idea for now, could change. Gotcha. The card anim is so smooth now. Thank you. Yeah, it is smooth. Yeah, it is smooth. It's very nice. And it works with even oddly shaped cards. Do you see how that like moves to make room for that? So pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. I'm still dealing with the reverberations of a bunch of issues that popped up from implementing that system though, but we'll handle that later. Okay, so let's go to the technical things I was talking about. So I discovered a little bit of an oddity in my code, which is to be expected, but I have an echo ability, but then I have an echo enchant. And when I was working on the swarm stuff, so I've got a swarm enchant now, I realized that really I shouldn't be trying to change the card execution behavior from an enchant class. What I should do instead is I should have the enchant add a hidden ability to the card, and then that hidden ability will execute with the card. So that hidden ability will slot nicely into the card lifecycle with every other ability, and that hidden ability will be provided by the enchant. So the enchant will not be responsible for dealing with ability executions or coordinating ability executions, because then I have data in two places, right? I've got logic here for controlling the card lifecycle, but then I've got logic in the actual card lifecycle. Again, I want to funnel that all through the same system. So I'm going to add a hidden abilities, or yeah, like a hidden ability. So the hidden abilities will not be shown in the card inspector because they'll be shown by the enchant. So anyway, the first thing to do is to change this one. So let's see, get all flattened abilities. Get all composed abilities. Now I'm confused. Okay, so I think what I need to change in here, this get all composed abilities. So we'll do this. For each var enchant in enchants, all composed abilities dot add range enchant get base composed abilities. Let's do this. Get composed abilities. I don't think I need this. Maybe not. I don't know. Do I need that? Anyway, so now in our enchant here, we'll do this. We're going to get rid of this post abilities executed nonsense because we don't want to store any state in here. So get rid of this. Get rid of that. Okay, public virtual base composed ability. Get composed abilities. This will return empty by default. Cool. All right, so now in our echo enchant, what we're going to do is we're just going to do this. Public override base composed ability. get composability. We'll just return a new ability every time. So we'll do new echo. Oh, do I need to do new simple echo? Do I not have a simple echo? Uh-huh. Okay, so I need to create a composability for this. New simple echo. We don't need a scalar. We don't need an original magnitude. New echo. What? Why does this have a magnitude? Get rid of that. Magnitude, get rid of this. Get rid of that. We have no scale for tier. Duplicate internal. Oh, I do need to implement that? Okay. Scale for tier, no scaling. Now in my echo enchant, I can do new simple echo. Cool. I actually don't know if I want to do that. Maybe I should create that when this is created. Private, read only, simple echo. Simple echo ability is equal to new. Return simple echo ability. The reason I need to store that is because this does have some internal state in here. So I can't recreate it every time safely. So I do need to store a reference to that. But in here now, we don't need to do any of this. So that simplifies that quite a bit. Swarm enchant, we will handle this in a second. Okay. So I think that will work. Maybe I'll put, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's do the swarm now. So I'm going to need a swarm ability. So let's go ahead and do that. Probably we'll just copy echo here. I can make a query provider for this now. Okay, interesting. All right, let's see. Return empty result. Return empty result. We're gonna make this an iBoard queryable. Query options. How do I do this? Okay. All right. There's a lot going on here. Query source board, query target board. I don't think I need those. I do need the custom filter. I need these things. Oops, I messed it up. There we go. All right, so now in here, state.get or query targets. Ability. This execution context. I think that's right. Okay. Do I still need this has executed? I don't think so. I can get rid of this. I don't think I need this. Wait, do I need that? Oh gosh, let's see. Swarm enchant. Oh, did I not change the swarm enchant at all? Okay. I guess not. So this can be yeeted. Boom. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Okay, all right. Anyway, plug one hole and 10 more pop out, am I right? Kind of. I can imagine that shuffling have a cool sound effect. Yeah, I've been trying to find good sound effects for the UI things, but it's really hard, actually. Is it ironic to have 2 echoes? I actually don't know. I don't know what you did there, Adam. 2 echoes. I don't know what that means. Maybe that one's going right over my head. I think I'm in an endless loop Firebelly because my game is a platform RPG just like Hollow Knight. Well, I mean, there's a lot of platformers that are like Hollow Knight. Do you recommend learning C# for Godot? Yeah, only if you think it would help you. I don't think you need to learn, like, I don't think you strictly need to learn it, but if you want to use C#, then certainly, yeah. It's a matter of personal preference. You can't go wrong with GDScript or C#. What's the difference between echo and simple echo? So the way that my abilities work is that there are base building blocks, which are the smallest unit of ability functionality. So this would be like damage or fire or poison or echo, among other things. And then, but the way that the card works is that the card needs to work with composed abilities. And composed abilities are sets of one or more basic abilities that all operate together as a single unit. So the composed abilities is what the card executes. So a card cannot just execute a raw ability. It can't just execute echo. It has to be wrapped with a composed ability for the system to work. So that means, so anything that's called a simple echo or a simple fire, what that basically indicates to me is that that's just a composed ability that just does echo or fire or whatever. That's the only difference really, is because there's an architectural need to operate with composed abilities even if they only execute one base ability. And the reason for the composed abilities is that I can do fancy things like a composed ability, for instance, could be something like deal twice as much damage if you're below 50% health. That cannot be accomplished with the basic damage ability. That requires additional logic, which gets wrapped into the composed ability. And then the composed ability is the unit that gets shuffled around when you're doing like the alchemy system, right? So if I alchemize that ability with another card, that whole ability deal 2 times as much damage if below 50% health. That's what can get alchemized onto a card. So hopefully that makes sense. One is, I'm still, yeah, oh gosh. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. Hello, Marcos, welcome. Hello, Kizori, welcome back. It's just a reflection of a reflection of a reflection. I think this is this fine? Swarm. So now in my swarm enchant, public override, base composed ability, get composed abilities, private read only, swarm ability. Oh wait, this needs to be simple swarm. Oh, I didn't create a simple swarm. Okay, I gotta do that next. We'll just duplicate this simple echo. Paste. Ah, son of a bee. Simple swarm. All right. Hopefully that works. Hopefully that works. Math f dot rand f is less than 0.5. Swarm enchant. All right. Let's see what happens. Thank you for the explanation. I got the principle, but I'd love to look at the code. I attempted to watch your streams from the beginning, but it's just too much to keep up by now. Yeah, and I'm doing a lot of work off stream too, so it's not, the stream's not going to tell the whole story. But I really do think that I'm probably going to do a code review video of this code base, because I think there's a lot of interesting stuff going on that would be cool to explore, or to explain, I mean. So both of these have swarm. So let's see what happens. I also want to change, provides from damage and fire. Okay. So let's see if this works. So that should execute. Nice, that works. And it's not triggering this one because it's been exhausted. Cool. All right, I think that's working. So the next step is to, let's do this, refactor swarm and echo to use abilities. So now there's a couple of things which I've written down here. So one thing I need to do is, I will say this enchant swarm is done here. So hidden ability hidden ability should be used during normal card execution. So that's done. So hidden abilities should not be displayed in the UI. Let's figure out how to do that. Card inspector. Hello, Artem. Welcome back. Great to see you. Dexter. Hello. Welcome. Random question. Where do you get your sound effects from? You talked about adding some earlier. Sonus GDC audio bundle. I'll put it in the chat. SONNISS GDC audio bundle. That's where I'm getting all my sound effects basically. And if I don't really have a good sound in there, what I'll try to do is I will try to take a sound effect that's close to what I want, and then I'll bring it to like Audacity and try to just add a bunch of effects to it. Want to ask if you can do a code review of a non-finished game like my game is near to finish. Like some suggestions before publishing it. You can submit your game to the form, the code review form. But you know, maybe if I have a Patreon or something, I can make it so that way if you're at a certain tier, I'll do like a code review video of yours. I don't know if I'll do that, but yeah, I'll just be choosing randomly based on them. So based on what's in the form, I mean. Let's just do this. Bool exclude hidden if not exclude hidden. So in here we'll do true there. And then an alchemy container or alchemy event state machine. I actually don't know if I want to do that. Hold on a second. Let's do exclude hidden. We'll make this private. I'm going to create different methods for this. Private or public, enumerable. Can I have my IntelliSense, please? Oh no, I'm flying blind. I might as well just make these lists too. Okay, so now I just have two different methods for doing the same thing. So now in here, get all composed abilities. No, get composed abilities excluding enchants. This doesn't need to be toList. Cool. And then in the alchemy event state machine, this is going to change to get base composed abilities. Did I not make that public? Oh, I just named it wrong. All right, where else is this called? Okay, I think that's okay. All right, let's see what happens. You're welcome, Dexter. I spent 1 month developing it. It's a troll-based game where the user gets rage and trolled on every levels. Every stage has a theme applied on 5 levels. That sounds fun. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of rage games, but I know that there's a lot of people that really do like them. So now Swarm is not appearing as an ability here, but you can see that it's still applying the description from the enchant here, and so is the echo. So that's being excluded from, it should be excluded from alchemy as well, because the alchemy system will mix the enchants. So I just want to exclude the abilities that are provided by the enchants, basically. All right, let's see. So that should trigger the lantern. Yep, and the lantern will keep going. That should trigger the lantern again, and then the lantern will trigger the... Yeah. And I tested all this too, so like if you've got echo and swarm, it outputs a lot of damage. Cool, I think it's working. Should probably test the alchemy. I forgot what the alchemy type was. Was it 3? Hello, Neozoid. Welcome back. Good to see you as always. Oops. So now let's see if I alchemize these things. So if I do swarm, echo. That's got echo. That's got echo. That has swarm. Very nice. Okay, I think it's working. I think it's working. Exclude enchant provided abilities in certain scenarios. All right, I think we can call this one done. Done. So there's a couple of bugs here, but let's finish the lamb. So we need to add some abilities for the lamb, but also I need to fix the fact that it looks like a dog. That looks like a goat. Does that look more like a lamb? Needs more blood. How do we feel? Does that look more like a lamb compared to what I had before? I think so, right? Maybe not? Maybe I could do another eye like that. Wait, this isn't a sacrificial lamb? I guess the instinct from my Christian upbringing. There will be a sacrificial lamb, yes, but this is just a regular old lamb. I'm thinking about doing something pretty funny, like mutton comes from lambs, right? Am I wrong? Or no, not lambs, but sheep. Yeah, mutton is the meat of a sheep that is at least 1 year old. So we could do something like if there's mutton next to it, it does something. They have that weird Y-shaped nose. Yeah, I think I kind of got it. I can't really place another pixel without making it look bad, but I think that looks okay. Yeah, I think this way is fine. I think that looks much more like a lamb for sure. I almost want to make this even skinnier. Is that too skinny now? Maybe it was fine the way it was. Okay, I think it's better. So maybe we can see... Maybe we can compare. So this was the old lamb. This is the new lamb. So the head shape changed. Yeah, I think that looks more like a lamb. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good. Hello, Ali. Welcome back. Great to see you. All right, now we got the challenge of trying to figure out what the heck to do with the lamb's abilities. Mutton has to be a year old or more. Lamb is a young sheep, regardless if you are eating it or not. Right. But I was thinking if we gave it a bonus, like if it's adjacent to some, I'm thinking about doing something kind of funny, like making the lamb do like a tiny amount of damage or something. But then if it's adjacent to a piece of mutton, it does like extra damage. I think that'd be kind of funny. I don't know if I want to do healing. The villagers already have a ton of healing abilities. We can run this board configuration editor. I think this still works. It should still work. Oh, I didn't add the lamb to the game yet, but there's a heal here. There's a heal here. There's a heal there. There's a heal here. In regards to the Sonus bundle, is each year a new set of sounds, or do you just download the latest one as the bundle gets updated? I think it's a new set of sounds every year. I'm pretty sure. Maybe there are some duplicates. I don't know. I just threw them all on my hard drive, so I didn't really go through the effort of... Because there's so many sounds, I didn't really go through the effort of deduplicating things. But I'm pretty sure it's a new sounds every year with maybe some overlap. The training dummy is only for debugging, right? Yeah, it's only for debugging. It will not appear in the game. Okay, so we fixed the lamb. Lamb, flavor text. Lamb, dimensions 2x2. Turn cooldown 11. Minion, we'll make it a ritual as well. Just because. Lambs can be used in rituals. Alright. Is flippable, yes. Is enemy, yes. Okay. Cool, cool. Hello, Veronica. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Blood of the lamb got to be referenced somehow. Yeah, in the flavor text, maybe. So let's figure it out. Adjacent scaled. We're going to do adjacent scaled damage. So let's do this. Copy that. Create new file. Adjacent scaled damage. We'll go up by 2 for every tier. My VS Code is bogging down. Let's reload. Sometimes that happens. Card type. Limit 1. Conditional value provider, damage ability dot get base magnitude, damage ability dot get base magnitude, damage ability. Okay, this is the dynamic damage ability. Damage ability dot set base magnitude, scalar original magnitude tier. Damage ability to get base magnitude. Deals double O. Deal original adjacent scale X damage. There is an adjacent. Let me look at my Corvid real quick. Corvid. Card name. private string or private type card type filter. Where is this used? Duplicate internal. I think that's fine. It's a little bit interesting, but that's okay. Okay, I think this will work. So that's our adjacent scaled damage. So now if we create the lamb, adjacent scaled damage, we'll do 2, adjacent scale 4, type of mutton. Will that work? I have no idea. Let's see. Let's see what happens. I have a player scene and VFX manager component of it. When player pick a XP vial, VFX manager spawns another scene into the player with particle 2D and a cue free at the end of one shot emitting. If I want to apply a shader to the player sprite 2D while the particle 2D scene in the tree, how should I manage it? I mean, VFX Manager has access to sprite via export. Should it apply a shader? That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't think it's a good idea to apply shaders to a third node X from like or apply shaders to a node from a node that is like unrelated to it. What you probably should do is emit a signal from the VFX manager that can be handled by the player, and then the player manages changing the shader in response to that. But I realize that could get maybe unwieldy if you're going to do this across multiple different entities. So, but that's maybe the way that I would approach it initially. A Lamb of God reference, yeah. Couldn't the dummy be a mini boss or a rare spawn like a treasure goblin in Diablo? Makes no damage, but the fight turn is time limited. Defeat it gets lots of gold, could also work as a DPS check. Yeah, that could be interesting. Yeah, for sure. I'd have to clean up the art, but yeah, I could definitely make use of it. New PC and VS Code still runs like an Electron app. Well, it's not VS Code itself, it's the C# extensions, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. I think Copilot is a big contributor to the slowdown as well, which is just uncorroborated. It's just my assertion. That didn't work. This should be 2. Did I use the wrong scaler? I think I used the wrong scaler. How would you go about learning GDScript if you had to start over? By the way, I got one of your Udemy courses, but other than that, what should I do? I would just do a trial by fire, like just try to do the simplest things that you can think of and then try to do it by yourself without help. That's really the only I think that's really the only way that you're going to internalize all the GD script stuff. Is you kind of just have to go out on a limb and struggle through the problem a little bit. Oh, that's not working. Oh, I'm not setting the card name either. I don't really like this. I don't have a mutton card ID. Yeah, I don't know if that's a super helpful answer, but I think that's really the only way to do it. If you're struggling to retain the information, you just kind of have to try to do it without guides, only looking up stuff as you need to get unstuck. I almost wonder if I should change this to a card ID filter instead. Whatever, I'm not going to change that right now. Anyway, let's see if that works. Let's see if that works. I think it's working. It's correctly highlighting the mutton there. That's kind of funny. I like it. No adjacent mutton here. That's okay, it doesn't have to be next to a mutton all the time because it still is like a ritual card. And a minion card as well. I might change this guy. I need to make some of these queryings a little bit more interesting, I think. Because I'm using a lot of adjacent or entire board querying, but I have the ability to like query only in certain rows or certain columns, which would be really interesting. I think the reason why I'm not doing that is because it would be hard to it's hard to like show the pattern of how the card is querying the board. But I'm gonna have to think about that some more. I should write that down. Maybe not in the to-do, but figure out a way to indicate more complex querying patterns. Anyway, I think it's working. It's certainly being placed logically, which is a good indicator that it's working. Cool. So now we can go into the game and see. Why not diagonally? Well, there's not really a diagonal. I'm doing like Manhattan querying, I guess you could call it, where I'm either going left or up or right, but there's no like, yeah, there's no diagonal. There's a lamb. Let's make our way over to the lamb. See if it works. So the lamb should deal 8 damage when it executes, if I get to that point. Oh, the lamb only dealt 4 damage. Oh, probably because I forgot to update this. Almost done. You could do a query in a certain radius around the card as well. Yeah, I could do that, yeah. What if the 2 lambs share the same adjacent button? They'll both get the benefit. Son of a bee. It does seem off that a necromancer is picking fights with lambs and chickens. He's not picking fights with lambs and chickens. It's the lambs and chickens that are picking fights with him. Okay. You really made your fog of war look cool. You end up mastering it. Thank you. Oh, odd. Yeah. Chickens are haters, famously. Yeah. It's true. It's true. Chickens are haters. Have you seen a chicken? They pick fights with plain air. Yep. That's definitely true. Yep. I know many people who have chickens. And they are funny. They are cute. They are fun to observe and to watch, but they're also vicious creatures. They're also very vicious. Ooh, a squid. All right, let's fight this lamb now. This one should deal 8 damage. Hopefully. Oh, it did 12. Oh, it had... Did it have... Oh, it had crit chance. But that works, because if it dealt 12 damage, then it increased its damage by 1.5 from 8, which would be 12. So that worked. Okay, I think we can call that good. Implement lamb ability. Cool. Chickens can be lovely and also the most horrific. Yeah, that's true. What about a butcher that gets stronger for adjacent cattle? Oh, yeah. No, it's okay, Wooius. Yeah. I think what I would need, though, is I would need another tag. I'm trying to make the tags universal such that the tags can be used for both the Necromancer faction and the Villager faction. But if I wanted to target animals specifically, then I would probably need a different tag, because there's no distinguishing between a minion that's like a humanoid and a minion that's a livestock animal. But if I were to add another tag, it would have to be something that could also apply to the Necromancer. So I'd have to think about that. You can add secret tags to animals. I guess I could, yeah. Secret tags would be an option. Remember seeing 3 chickens basically destroy a mouse in the most brutal fashion, and afterwards they would then do a goofy hop to eat grapes from the vine? Yeah. The chickens will also eat each other alive. That's happened a couple times amongst the people I know. Cool. So I think the lamb is done. All right, we got a bunch of bugs here that need to be addressed. I do want to figure out a way of indicating more complex querying patterns, but that might have to come after the playtest, I think. Let's see. Interesting. All right, so I think there's a couple of bugs that I want to address. This one is not super important. We'll put that back. There's this bug that I need to fix about dragging cards from a locked board. So we'll probably handle that in just a second. First, I'm going to take a quick 3-minute break like I usually do. When I come back, we'll fix this bug. I'm trying to keep the stuff that I need to do pretty narrow because, again, I want to get the playtest build done by the end of this week, and it's already Thursday, so I still have to add in sound effects, do a little bit more balancing. I have to add some basic menus, I think. Maybe get some music in there. Fix all these remaining bugs. But yeah, I do want to figure out more complex querying patterns. Figure out how to do that. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but we'll figure it out, I suppose. Anyway, I'll be right back in just 3 minutes, and we will continue on. Hello, everybody. It's me. I'm back. All right. Hello, Ruined Star. Welcome back. Always good to see you. Always good to see you. All right. So let's figure out this issue. So let's generate the test map with alchemy again. So there's this issue here. I haven't looked into it much, so I don't know exactly what's going on. But basically what happens is if I go here and I drag these on the board and I alchemize them. Then what happens is if I drag a card off the board and then release, this fails. This end drag here fails. Object reference not set to an instance of object. Board, so it's doing a board placement state. Hold on a second. It's trying to do the card displacement stuff on the alchemy board, I think, which is probably not ideal. Maybe not. So it's saying that this is null, this board placement state here. Get mouse over board is board. Oh, I see. Oh, I know. I know, this should be an easy fix actually. What was it, line? How do I go to line 176? Okay. In here, we just need to do a null check, because there will be no board placement state if the mouse over board is null, which is true if the board placement is locked, which is the case for the alchemy. Okay, so this should be relatively easy. So if I go here, kerblam, kerblam, mix them up, boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. There should be no error anymore, and I can still drag cards here. Now if I do this, I shouldn't be able to drag anymore. Perfect. All right, and let's just try it with the upgrade as well. Upgrade card is 7. Wish I could say, oh, I know when looking at my code bugs. Yeah. Yeah. With experience, with experience. I mean, there's still some bugs where I'm like, what the heck is happening? Okay, that bug is fixed. Nice. Okay. Fix bug with dragging cards from locked board. Cool. All right, that was easy. Bug fixed. Speed can affect cards that have disabling debuffs. Let's just fix that one as well. Should be relatively easy. Query board with final filter. Not x.card dot what? Buff container dot has turn disabling debuff. That should be fine. I'm so confident in that I'm not even going to test it. Oh wait, no, yeah, that's good. Fix speed affecting disabled cards. Done. Let's see how fast we can get through these. Spacebar can close drawer during combat. I think I'm going to fix this one. So we got our drawer UI. The problem is that this thing here, what is that? Toggle button here. I think I just need to change the focus mode here. Where's the focus? Focus mode none. And if I disable the focus mode, then it shouldn't be activated with spacebar clicks. I'm gonna have to re-enable that at some point for controller support, but I don't have controller support yet, so that's good. Okay, there's one other thing that I want to do. Fix drawer button focus mode. Wow, those bugs are easy. Look at that. Boom, 3 tickets in 5 minutes, 3 minutes. Okay, so one other thing I want to do is I want to center the camera on the player when the player moves. So map container. I think I have like a recenter camera in here somewhere. Is camera panned equals false? Let's create a method for this. Okay, so now when I call move player to node, recenter camera, and we also want to disable movement input. Oh, how do I disable camera panning? Interesting. Here, map container. Oh, it's in here as well. Okay. Private bool is panning disabled. If is panning disabled, return vector 2.0. Private void disable pan. Well, I don't need to do that much yet. Move player to node. Is panning disabled equals true. Recenter camera. Public void, enable panning, enable camera panning, is panning disabled equals false. Map container dot enable camera panning. Okay, let's do it. Is it cumbersome adding controller support? Yes, very. Bro, speedrunning bug fixes. For a game like this, what would controller support offer? I guess Steam's Deck compatibility. Yeah, I mean, this game, because it's relatively lightweight in terms of graphics and whatnot, probably would be a perfect candidate for Steam Deck. It's just going to be really annoying to get all the card behaviors working on controller, I think. Okay, that's working. I'm just going to create a card and mark it as done. Disable camera panning and recenter camera player when visiting node. Write a card so I can mark it as done. Camera panning UX. Cool. A lot of the stuff, the good news is, in terms of getting the playtest build ready, a lot of this stuff is just quality of life stuff, like really basic quality of life stuff. All right, so I've got a bunch of tougher things here. Add label to auto resolve button. That one should be easy. Let's do that. Combat widget here. There's this widget. Add child node label. Visibility toggle targets, add element here. Auto resolve label. Let's see if that works. Still lurking, Neozoid? Anthony, welcome back. What kind of switches is the new keyboard? Sounds good. They are Hall effect magnetic switches. That's the Keychron K2HE. Keychron K2HE, which I really like. I like the feel of it. I also like how you can change the actuation distance. What am I testing? Oh, auto resolve. Yeah, so now there's auto resolve text here. Sweet. That appears to work just fine. Look at that, very nice. I may just move it up a couple of pixels. Create some more space, but otherwise it looks fine. Add auto resolve label to combat widget. Game over menu, improve UX of speed controls. I don't know how to do that. Shoot, that's gonna be a hard one. How am I doing the speed controls? I'm using, oh my gosh. This combat widget, believe it or not, is probably the most complex scene in the entire game. Speed pause area. Perfect candidate for Steam Deck and Whispering Mobile. Yeah, mobile. Mobile would probably be easier than Steam Deck. Just want to say that I really appreciate when developers include controller support, since that's my preference. Yeah, a lot of people like controller more than the PC controls. What about homies? Welcome, Waffle Maker. How many scenes is that how many scenes is that? Oh, I have a lot of scenes in the game, yeah. Is controller support something that's usually done after? Wouldn't it be trickier to implement if the UI isn't designed for that? Yes. Yeah, it is trickier. It's very difficult. Maybe I'll start working controller support sooner rather than later. But the other thing is I don't want to add it super early on, because as my card drag and drop is changing and everything, that's just an extra thing that I need to fix in addition to anything that I'm changing for the mouse controls, right? So I'd rather get to a spot where I'm pretty comfortable with how the mouse and keyboard controls, where I'm pretty confident that there's going to be no major overhauls to how the cards are coordinated and how the grid inventory works. And then I can do controller support after that. But yeah, it's going to be tricky. Minor thing I don't like about my Keychron is how the arrow keys aren't exploded. I can never find them without mistyping when looking at my keyboard. Oh yeah. Do you have a 75%? This one's a 75%. I can maybe show it here. Hopefully I don't unplug it. 75% keyboard. It's super nice. I like it. It's got wood accents, which is totally unnecessary, but it looks nice. Really appreciate your pixel art style. Reminds me of Loop Hero. Thank you. I appreciate that, Andre. Yeah, a number of people have said it looks like Loop Hero, which is a great compliment for sure. Makes me want to do good by the art. There's a bunch of art that I still need to redo. I mean, that might even be a good thing to do right now, because I don't know. I need to improve the UX of the speed controls. I need to make the resurrection clearer. Improve visuals for alchemy so that only one card can be chosen. That would be a tricky one to do. Modify combat scaling in accordance with a larger map. Probably not going to do some of this stuff for the playtest build. Let's just redraw some art. I'm gonna redo the incense. This is one of the first things I did. So bad. So we're gonna try to fix it. Let's try to do a more like, I don't know if typical is the right word. Well, that might be the best I can do here. It's gonna be really hard actually to do this. Let's see. Okay. I do want to make this a little bit thicker down here, but maybe not possible. I think that looks better though as incense, generally speaking. Now the question is, do I want to do like little smoke things here as well? Might be too much. Should I just remove that one? How do we feel about that? Does that look like better incense? Looking forward to do your multiplayer course on Udemy. Awesome. Thank you, Mangoes. Found it randomly yesterday. Awesome. Art Break, yes. K3 Ultra Slim user is here. Yeah, I really like Keychron's products. Hello, Ariane. Welcome back. I'm going well. I'm doing well. How are you doing? How goes the dev? It's going well. Horse dev, going well. What is this supposed to be? Dang it. Dang it, I already failed. How dare you come in here and ask me what this is supposed to be after the explicit goal was to make it more recognizable. It's incense. If I say it's incense, do you recognize it now? When do you think this game will be finished? Well, originally I wanted it to be finished by the end of the year. I think that is still possible, but it may end up going part way into next year as well. Makes sense, okay. All right, I'm just giving you a hard time, Ariane, by the way. I mean, what does everyone else think? Is this incense or does it still look weird? I keep in mind, I'm working with, I have a 12 by 12 area that I can fill. So I can't necessarily add too much detail, but I know what it's supposed to be, but I can't tell what I'm looking at. Would it be better if I just removed this? What if I made the smoke white? Let's make the stick red. Or orange, maybe? Make this red, and then we'll make the smoke white. Oops. I don't think that works. The double the estimated time, yeah, game dev classic. Reminds me of a cigarette and an ashtray, isn't that incense in a sense? Yeah. Is it supposed to be a glowing stick with smoke? Yep. Do you guys know what incense is? Incense. The other thing I could do is I could do a more like Christian version of incense where you've got the like the thing that gets swung around. But yeah, it's supposed to be like this, I guess. Maybe I did it the wrong way. But this is like what incense, like you get the little incense sticks and then you just burn them and they burn like that. What is that one incense? Myrrh? How do I spell that? Myrrh? Incense. Oh, okay. Not what I was expecting, but that's okay. Maybe I gotta reverse it. The thin sticks are gonna be hard to make legible. Maybe a short and wide pot with smoke coming out. Yeah, the problem is I don't have enough room for that either. I don't know how I'm gonna make a short and wide pot in here. But let me try something. I'm gonna reverse this. I mean, that still looks kind of awkward, but Let me just go all the way back here. Okay, so that's option one. We can try a pot. We could try a little pot here. Let's try it. Let's turn on. Why doesn't it show me my symmetry options? Oh, symmetry options, there we go. I guess that's okay. I don't know how to draw smoke with this much space. Do you see how much space I'm working with here? I mean, I don't know how to draw smoke generally, but certainly not with this much space. That does not look like smoke at all. Yep, it doesn't look like smoke at all. I keep doing that. Give me M. Maybe I just generally don't know what incense looks like. Hello, Emerson. Welcome back. I think the white smoke helped a bit. What's the card? Is this? This is the incense. I like the darker stick. It's a cool gauntlet art. Okay. Looks a lot less like a Virginia Slim. Make a Buddha in the background. Tried to return my incense, but they were out of cash and had to pay me in cents. Oh my gosh. Reverse does look more like an incense stick burning over the base. Yeah. Oh, it's okay. Now I see it after internet search. Could draw a Marlboro box. Just use it as like a Glade plugin. That's funny. Perhaps use a dithering sort of pattern for the smoke. I don't think I have enough room to make a dither. Like, I just don't. Dithering is not going to help in a 5x5 square like this. It's just going to make it look more noisy. Wax melts. Make it go more sideways to give you more space. the smoke. I don't think this is working. I liked this better. But let's just keep going for a second. That's not working at all. I mean, I think that looks okay. It's really impressive that you do your own sprites. Thank you, Clover God. Yeah, it's hard, but I like it. I like it. Oh, I should do this. Maybe a 2x1 card could work. Yeah, but I don't want to change the card size because it's already been 1x1. See what you mean about it? The space is tough. Yeah, it's tough. Say use the stick incense and save this as art for a different card. Yeah, I could do that. I think you got this 1x1 would be harder, but you can do it. Kind of reminds me of the magic icon in Zelda. Maybe do an incensory. They have a loopy thing on the top for a person to hold it. Yeah, so I think that's what I was talking about earlier, right? Incensory? Did I spell it right? Pendant incensory. Let's do this. Catholic incense. Something like this, maybe? Maybe I just, maybe I shouldn't draw the smoke, you know what I mean? Well, let's do this. Let's duplicate this. Maybe I should just not draw the smoke and just make it look more like, something like that. Then I can maybe do chains. Now I don't know how I'm gonna draw chains. It's okay. Now it's off center because I changed the dimensions. But I think I can just fix that. Oops. That may even be like more like, what the heck is that? Looking great. Draw the incensory with a priest and a church in the background. Okay, I don't have room for that for sure. I'm a 111 Roblox dev, so please tell me how to not get burnt out. A 111. I don't know what that means, 111, but how to not get burnt out. That's a good question. I think burnout largely depends on your personal circumstances. I don't know if there's like a one-size-fits-all answer to that question. Shader for the smoke? Yeah, shader would be cool, but I don't want to do shaders on cards themselves, I don't think. But it would certainly be cool. I wonder if I should just remove the chains here. Should I just say, here, this pot is incense and be done? Honestly, that probably would work the best. If I could do smoke coming from the sides. The problem is, like, I don't really have a good smoke color. I mean, that kind of works, I guess. I can violate my rule a little bit. I'm trying to place black between different things, but if it makes the incense look more like smoke, then I can definitely do that. Maybe that's kind of a hack I can use because I don't have transparency. So a hack I could use is just put it like there. Oops. Well, this is going off the rails. Actually, I do like that. How do we feel about that? Now you need some old guy singing in Latin. Now the object is not centralized, yeah. The smoke that comes off of it is usually a single winding line of smoke instead of a cloud. Maybe that will help with the space. I think you should draw the Pope holding it. Holding it. Look like the holy hand grenade from Monty Python. And thickening the sprites. Bro's 111 years old. There's also cone incense. That looks a lot better with the rule break. I think so. How do we feel about this one? I really like that color palette you're working with. Thank you, Horse Dev. That looks good. Do we like this one? Are we satisfied with this one? I can actually move this down. Let's see, move it down, and I can do a little bit more with the smoke. Just a little bit more, though. Ship it. I like it. It looks dynamic. Okay. All right, then. We're going to ship it, then. I would say add some holes and make the smoke come out of them. Okay. I don't think I have room for that. It's a good idea in practice, or in theory, but in practice it's just going to make the sprite noisy and messy and hard to parse. Pack and ship. I would say near the quit while you're ahead situation. I like it. Okay. Consensus is it's good, so let's do that. Now let's see what it looks like in game. That's the ultimate test. Let's see what it looks like in game. The ultimate test. Yeehaw. It certainly looks better than the old incense. There we go. I think that looks fine. I should make sure that this still works, actually. Not that the art would have changed it, but I made some unrelated changes previously. Another squid. So we'll just make sure that this works. Oh, it is working. Wait, does this have echo? Oh, it does have echo. Wait, did it trigger twice? Oh no, I don't think so. Hold on a second. Cool. I think it's working good. All right. This game looks dope. Thank you, Horstef. I'm very excited about it still. I just gotta get it into your hands as soon as possible. So here's the old incense, and here's the new incense. I would think you would agree it's a big improvement. Why don't you use GDScript? I just like C# better, that's all. That's all. There's no more complicated reason than that. Welcome, Mohammed, by the way. Great to have you here. Much better, yeah. Much better. This one's like, what the heck even is that? Okay. All right, let's go on an adventure, and let's see if there's any other art that needs to be updated. I updated the alembic already. The axe could be a little bit better, but I think it's okay for now. The cat is fine. I did update the ceremonial dagger. I'm still not totally in love with that, but I updated the corvid. Corvid looks nicer. The dog probably could use an update. Embalming fluid definitely needs an update. Yeah, that one's not super good. Giant finger's fine. The squid is fine. The squid doesn't need an update. I think the squid is my favorite piece of art in this game. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Hellspawn egg is fine. The imp is fine. Incense we just did. The lamb we just did. Lambone ring is fine. Lantern is fine. Leech is okay. Marionette. I think the marionette is fine. Mausoleum key. Gorgon head. The morel, that one looks a little flat. It could use some work. Mosquito swarm is fine. This definitely needs work, this orbitoclast. Prayer beads are okay. Prisoner's good. Salamander, maybe the salamander's face could use some work. Scarecrow's good, Scarab's good, Skeleton Warrior's good. The slime probably could use a little bit of an update. Spiderling is good. The syringe is good. The torch, I think the torch could use some light touching up. Training dummy is bad, but I'm not going to update that. Unholy water probably could use some work. Villager's fine. Viper is fine. Voodoo doll probably needs work. Just a little bit of color improvements, I think. The wench is good. The windmill, probably could update that. Zombie is fine. So of those, let's see, is there an easy one to do? I already forgot all the ones I mentioned. Orbitoclast. I don't know why I had such a hard time with this one. I should try it again, I suppose. All right, let's do that one. That's so annoying, Ace Bright. Okay. Okay. Should I reverse these? Oh, maybe I don't have enough room for that. I might if I moved this over. Let's shrink that down by 1. Okay. That shape looks a lot better, I think. I could also move this up 1. Maybe up 1 and over. Maybe they should be facing the same direction. I don't know. Yeah, I think that looks better. Okay. I'm just going to change some of the colors here. Interesting. think that's fine. I'm not totally in love with that shading there, but let's just move on. That'll work. Okay. Alrighty, I think it's okay. Let's see. I don't like that section. Let's do this. I almost wonder if I don't even need that. All right, I think that looks better, generally speaking. But maybe I should use some other colors here. I kind of wanted to use... orange. Orange, red, and purple. Orange. Maybe that looks better. Maybe the positioning can be a little bit better. No, I think I liked it with the other colors better. I should catch up on the chat, but it's okay. How do I align these? Maybe I'll put the hammer on top. Oops. Sorry, hammer. I think that looks better, maybe. Very much better. Smelly taco. Okay, cool. Can we see the new alembic? Oh, yeah. Let's see. New alembic. Card. Alembic. It's going to be kind of hard to see. There's the new alembic. I think it looks a little bit nicer. It's the same shape. I just added a lot more shading to it. Oops, I shouldn't have saved that. But that's the new alembic. The old incense looks like the Pokemon Hop Hip. I don't know what that is. The Phoenix is the best. Oh yeah, you're right, yeah. Slime looks like it has a skull face inside. It looks dope. Yeah, it does, yeah. Wait, we never finished the village idiot. No, we did not. The lamb art looks like a little wolf. Okay. All right. Wish I didn't look up what an orbitoclast was. Yeah. Oh, the taco. Gotcha. Okay, I got you. This is what I get for not checking up on chat. Okay. Wow, that looks awesome. The alembic, you like it? How are we feeling about the orbitoclast? So for... I should have probably mentioned this, but an orbitoclast is a lobotomy surgical instrument. It's basically just a hammer and a spike, and you just tap, tap, tap. So I was kind of modeling it after these things, which I think it's fine now, maybe? Wait, which direction does this go? Yeah. I think it's okay now. It's certainly better than it was, but I guess it could still be better, but maybe it's all right. Again, I'm kind of limited here on space, but... So here's what that's the old orbitoclast. This is the new one. I think it just looks sleeker. I think it looks better. Well, let's go to project settings. I think it's just a hard thing to draw. The Olympic is sick, good redesign. Thank you, Jackie Daytona. Village idiot is a lie. Every time I see this, I think of the Johnny Depp movie about the lobotomies. I feel a little sick. Oh no. This game is not going to be for you, my friend, if you feel a little sick. I think it looks fine. It looks fine in game. It's certainly better than it was. Orbido is a bit plain, but not a lot of room for 2x1. Yeah, I think it is a bit plain, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Worst part is it goes right into your eyes. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's definitely true. But the orbitoclast in this game, it deals damage to yourself. Now, there's not a whole lot of synergies with this, but the idea is that as more cards get, you know, added, which are based on the amount of damage that you're taking, you could trigger cards anytime you take damage or something like that. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Tomato Man. Okay, so I think the new orbitoclast looks fine. Doing a lobotomy on yourself is hardcore. Necromancers are hardcore. Everything's hardcore. All right, I want to update the voodoo doll as well. I think the voodoo doll is largely fine. I think it just needs some touch-ups. Yeah, I think it looks better. I think it looks better like that. This, though, still needs to look like a needle. So that's good. I don't want to make this too noisy either, which I may have already failed at. I do think that this looks generally better. What happens if I fill this in? Oops. Why does my shift not work? Oh, because I'm on the fill tool. Okay. Actually, I might make this purple. Okay. I think that's better. All right, let's take a look at it. Any thoughts on the voodoo doll? So this is the old voodoo doll. This is the new one. I guess it's kind of hard to see with the background that VS Code gives me. But let's see what it looks like in game, I suppose. You're doing a lobotomy on me. Oh, I already read that. You're not hardcore unless you live hardcore. No, you're not hardcore. School of Rock. I'm a fan of mechanics that put the player in a danger for good reward. Like Razorblade and Isaac, good damage buff, but a gamble to use. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that as well. I think the voodoo doll is nicer. When you're drawing pixel art, do you use the same light source for the whole game? When you're shading? Yeah. Yeah, so generally my light is coming from the top right. Looks a lot more like burlap and less like a rotting corpse. Awesome. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, I think it's good. Maybe the light source is wrong on this leg here. So I think all my sprites are coming, like the light is coming from the top right. So that means that this actually needs to change here. I think there's just too much noise on this one, so we're gonna remove that, and then we're just gonna do this. It's as simple as that, folks. Much better. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, this part here is also not correct. Good. Cool. I think it's better. Awesome. Thank you. I've always wanted to get good at pixel art, but since a kid playing Pokemon Black and White on the DS. Yeah, pixel art is it can be very difficult. It's easy in some ways and it's difficult in a lot of others. I think that, I don't know how to describe that. I think it's easy in the sense of like the art is small and so you don't have a lot of detail you need to worry about, but it's hard in the sense that it's hard to figure out how to place the pixels to give the impression that you're trying to give. Okay, I'm gonna stop messing with this now. Maybe. I lied. One more. Okay. All right, the voodoo doll has been updated. It just got a fresh coat of paint. That's really all that happened. Okay. Cool. Easier to have less to work with, but also harder. Yeah, right. Right. Yep, indeed. Yep, indeed. Yep, indeed. Okay, everybody, that's going to be it for the stream today. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate all the support, and thank you for helping me think through all my new art changes and whatnot. Having the feedback is very helpful. And again, if you're interested, I have Udemy courses available for sale. So if you want to learn how to build games in the Godot engine, check those out. The most recent one is the multiplayer course, which teaches you how to build online cooperative multiplayer games in Godot. But I also have a C# course and another just plain GDScript course. So if you're interested in that, check it out. I'd appreciate that. And I hope you all have a good day. I will be back here tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. So I hope to see you there. All right. Thanks again, everyone, and see you next time. Bye-bye.